Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel again, Barry again. Today we're going to be giving you a bit of behind the scenes view into what happens in a marketing agency when they're planning out a new client campaign, right? So before I go into that and before I show you what we've done in our review meeting, it's probably worth explaining how we structure our agency at Jolly Media Marketing, all the moving parts that we have to actually try and make a successful marketing campaign. A lot of people just think, you sign up a marketing agency, and this may happen with some of them, sign up a marketing agency, you invest a bit of money and bang, everything just happens. I wish it was that easy, right? And we probably have invested, 6 figures plus this year alone into our delivery team. So the people that actually help us deliver ads and optimize them and make them good. And the structure that we adopt is what I'm going to show you now. Because the days of me and my laptop, at night just running campaigns, they're long gone. We're trying to do things properly, try to build a system with real expertise around it. So what is our structure at Jolly Media Marketing? What is our delivery team, right? So JMM is my acronym because I'm lazy and I can't say Jolly Media Marketing all the time, right? But whenever we have a new client join the business, there is some key individuals that really spring into life to actually bring their campaigns to life, right? So, first one of them is our account manager. Now, also, YouTube, if you can't read my writing, I'm sorry, my handwriting's appalling, right? But we'll roll with it. But our account manager is the key holder of all of our relationships with clients, right? So they keep them informed, they get them onboarded, they update them on campaign performance, what's getting changed, when the next optimization is going to be. They're in charge of all of that key communication, right? Marketing agencies get a terrible reputation for this, right? About everyone's heard a story about they took my money, I never heard from them again, right? We're not that type of agency. You will hear from us. We've actually got a role just for that, right? So that's our account manager, very, very important to our business. Before we had a proper team, that was kind of me that done that. And communication is just as important as anything else in marketing. So that's why we've got that role. The next key role that's vital in the delivery of our client campaigns is the media buyer. All right. So this could be a media buyer, a paid ads manager, a meta ads specialist. They get called all different things, right? But in a nutshell, a media buyer is a person who builds the campaigns, optimizes them, sets out the structure, changes an ad when it's not performing, moves a new ad in when it thinks it's going to do better. Very important role when it comes to agencies. Media buyer at Jolly Media Marketing also looks after the CRM and landing pages, so quite a well-rounded role. So we've invested in that and just kept that as a standalone role, just so they can be very specialist. So very, very important, media buyer. And then we've got our creative lead. So vast majority of the time we will go out and do a video shoot with our clients. Our creative lead will help us pull together the plan, scripts, the direction, the messaging. Very, very important. In the meeting that we're going to go into today, that client already has a videographer who's going to give us lots of really good content. So it's a slightly different role for the creative lead. They're just going to be analysing what's available and deciding what to use in the campaign. But anything to do with messaging, copywriting, video, creative lead is really, really on lead for all of that. They also manage all of our in-house editing team as well. So really important role for a video first agency like us. And you'll see our creative lead on the call as well, who's brilliant. So that's the core team. In the marketing world, I would refer to this as a pod structure. All right. And as the business scales, when their availability and their utilisation starts to get stretched, you scale by adding another pod and another pod, and you can just have a repeatable structure through those 3 key roles. All right, so every one of these roles are going to be on this call that I'm going to show you as we chat about planning and optimizing this campaign. and hopefully you can start to see where they fit into our marketing strategy and approach at Jolly Media Marketing. So that's the key people in our delivery team. We'll move into the meeting now. Will we?
Can we please record this meeting so we can take a screenshot of Brian for his shot of the website?
So
get to know us, meet the team.
So this video was actually to really get into the detail of planning a marketing strategy for a client. Now, at Jolly Media Marketing, all of our calendars are available to every team member, and we've had a bit of an annoying surprise because, as you can see up on the screen, my fellow business partner Brian, who's in Turkey at the moment, has decided to dial in and wind us all up about the fact that he's in the sun and we're working in marketing strategy. So there you go. Another day in paradise for us. We are, mate, we are. You having a good time?
It's not bad. I'm missing you all, but
I don't believe that for a second. What you up to at the beach, at the pool?
Nah, just at the pool.
Aye. Hello, Amanda. You enjoying yourself?
Right, anyway, I won't disrupt any more of your meeting/YouTube video. Have fun.
Have a good time.
Cheers.
Bye all.
Well, look, thanks for joining us, everyone. As I said, today's meeting's going to be about our strategy for our new client that's joined the business, Tartan Talks. Guy is obviously recording this for YouTube, so hello YouTube. I'll periodically reference that. But this is just a bit of an insight into what actually happens behind the scenes that nobody really sees in a marketing agency, which is planning, executing and agreeing strategy. So we're going to get into it. The key things I want to get out of this meeting is what one of you three is going to lead each part of the work and the steps that need done out of that. So obviously Fana, you'll be doing all the paid media side of things, you'll be developing the landing page, what we're going to use for that, whether we use Eventbrite, that's all your call, and the structure of the ads. Lewis, I've spoke to the agency who is running the ads for the client at the moment. I've spoke to the owner. He was actually lovely, by the way. So he's going to have the ad account over for us today.
Good.
For the YouTube audience, that's actually quite a common thing that can happen in marketing agencies, where you inherit a client or one of your clients leave and go to somewhere else. What you would actually find, and especially with my team, whenever you encounter it as well, you always get one or two scenarios coming from it. You get, when you inherit an ad account from someone, the old agency can be really, really difficult to deal with. They don't want to give you the assets, they don't want to help the client move over. That can happen. And then you get the other one, which is the approach we always take, which is just the client comes first. How do we transition them the most effective way? And in this scenario, that's exactly what the agency owner did when I spoke to him this morning. So it was very jovial. That ad account will be with us this afternoon, Lewis, so we'll just keep your eye out for that. And I've agreed with the client that we'll update them tomorrow with a timeline. So after today's call, we'll assess where we are and let them know the timeline. And I'll kind of let you lead on that one, Lewis, just keeping them informed. All right.
Cool, it's good.
Roy, we're going to be inheriting a lot of video content for this client, so we are not doing a shoot. So it's probably less laborious on the creative side. Once that folder is shared to us by his videographer, I'll need to task you to go in and have a look and make sure that you can see all the assets and let me know what's there and what you think would be useful to run.
Yep, got it.
All right, so we've got three sort of key deliverables here. We've got the paid ads, project management by Lewis, and then we've got the creative side for Roy. All right, so what I want to spend a bit of time on is actually the client, who they are, what the objectives are, and what we need to deliver, pretty much, right? The client is actually running a local networking group that myself, Brian, and John are all part of. So I'm going to share the screen, talk to you a little bit around who they are and what they do. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yep.
Excellent. So here we are. This is the networking event. So it runs in Glasgow and Edinburgh once a month. So Fana, when it comes to you deciding around the strategy on Meta, we have 2 events to fill every month. Now you can either do one or two things. You can either have one audience and you give them the option to pick what event they want to go to, or you can have an Edinburgh campaign and a Glasgow campaign. Any thoughts, Fana, based on what you've done in the past with events, what you think would work better out of those two options?
So far, the best would probably to go with localized. So Edinburgh, Glasgow, target each specific area. It generally just works better based on locality and access to each event. And then depending on how big or how much or how special each event is, we can maybe try something with a little less budget, which targets both areas, just to kind of have that awareness for both people. So we might go with lead generation for each specific event, localized, and then go with awareness for a broader approach for both areas.
Cool. So I think starting with 2 campaigns specific to the areas. One of the things I noticed, so what I would say is have a look through their Facebook profile, have a look at some of the comments, because I've actually seen a couple of, I was at the event on Tuesday, their videographer done like a big, a lovely video about the event, and I actually seen one of the first comments under it was, "Oh, I didn't know that was on, or I would have came." So that's probably why we're here. We want to make sure that people know what it is and it's on, and they can book if they want to. So I'd maybe encourage you all to do a little bit of digging like I've done and have a look at the profile, have a look at their ads. I'll bring them up in a second. And yeah, just get a feel for this client, because they are quite unique in what they do, and we want to make sure we understand them fully. So 2 campaigns sounds absolutely fine to me, Fana. Your next thing that you need to kind of decide upon is how we're going to get ticket sales. So we've got 2 options with this, and I'll show you. We're in the process of getting access to their website. We've also now got access to their Eventbrite page. So we've got 2 options. We can use the website or Eventbrite. Any thoughts on that, Fana? I'm looking at you again, Fana. What do you think would convert higher?
So I'm just thinking right now. So obviously in terms of tracking and data management, the website seems like the best option. Just so that we can obviously track the ticket sales and track the conversions, kind of in real time, and also be able to manage that, because that'll also allow us to get those lists as well to kind of use for retargeting and lookalikes. And then with Eventbrite, we do have also the trust aspect of it, because obviously Eventbrite is well trusted as a ticketer or a booking platform, but then that would also mean a few extra layers in terms of conversions and creating those custom events, making sure that we can track the entire consumer journey and all the tracking as well. But my first prize is definitely the website.
Okay.
And then my second option would be Eventbrite. But I think I'd have to take a look at both the pros and cons of each, but I think we would find little cons in directing our traffic straight to the website for bookings.
Okay, thank you, Fana. Well, what I'm going to say here is I'll take your steer on it. Have a look at the Facebook ad library, have a look at their Eventbrite page, pick one, and whatever we pick, we optimise it. So that's the plan there. All right. And then just referring back to the YouTube audience, what we're actually talking about is, one thing that's vitally important with marketing is that when someone sees an advert and shows interest, that you make it as easy as you possibly can for them to buy what you're selling. So we're talking about selling tickets to an event. We don't want people to jump through hoops and have to go through 10 pages to book on for an event. So we'll do some analysis and set our stall out with making it as streamlined as possible. We're going to be running ads on Meta. People's attention span is pretty low. You're taking someone away from watching World Cup highlights or seeing people's pictures of their dinner to then go and buy an event. So it needs to be engaging, eye-catching, and easy to complete. All right. So Fana, you've got a couple of things I'm going to be looking to you for to kind of come back to me tomorrow on, which is the, structure of the campaign and the process of them booking.
I'm happy with that.
Cool. Lewis, as far as your involvement is concerned, mate, I just need you to kind of oversee this as a project. So keeping Mark informed, and once we have all the assets, so we're waiting on the creative folder and the ad account. Once we have everything together, just tie in with Fana, tie in with Roy, make sure that things like the campaign build, the copywriting, when we're going to be launching is all sort of all mapped out and the work's all planned in.
Just follow the same process as usual.
Follow the same process as usual. We're building slightly different things, but it's the same as always, mate. We want to be turning this round within 7 days. So once we understand in particular what your plan is, Fana, let's just make sure that that's fully mapped out, how we get this live within 7 days.
Right.
All right. Fana, the client also has Go High Level CRM. We went over that yesterday. Just need to have a look in there because they might actually have their website in there as well.
Okay.
And I think once we have the content and the ad account, I think it's all guns blazing for us guys. We just need to get our heads together and get it going.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. And Roy, I've not really went to you too much here because we're not doing a video shoot, but we'll probably look to you to help us with some ad copy and potentially looking at any statics that you think could work quite well. So,
Okay.
the minute we get that folder over, I'll make sure it comes to you and you can let us know what you think.
All right. Got it.
Question for Fana?
Yeah. So I was going through the website, and I obviously went on to both booking kind of landing pages for Glasgow and Edinburgh. So I just wanted to check: do they do posters per event? Because another thing that could really assist us in our conversions is obviously the landing page has the very same poster of the exact event. So if the Glasgow event is happening on the 30th of July and we've got that poster as part of the landing page, is that possible on their website? Or do we have to liaise with their web dev in order to get that there? Because obviously it creates a better consumer journey from Facebook to the landing page and seeing exactly what they saw from Facebook on the landing page where they're booking tickets. Because currently, as I see it, I don't think there's any kind of reference to the ad that they've seen or anything like that.
That's a very good question. So we have the autonomy to create duplicate pages and customize them and make them our own.
Okay.
I think anything that's pre-existing and is already built, I would say don't edit, just duplicate it, create a V2. That's always the best way, Fana. So once we're in the website, if you think changing a part of it, editing some text, changing the layout is going to help conversions, then we'll create a duplicate page and do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I think for me the main thing is just kind of creating that synergy as well. So for instance, at the end of a video, maybe there's a little poster or a pamphlet, once the video's done, and then which kind of has all the information, and then on the landing page we have that as part of it to kind of create that synergy that we're looking for. Okay,
cool. So again, that'll be part of what I'm looking to hear back from you on, Fana. What's your plan with, the campaign, the landing page? I'll take your steer because you've done quite a bit in this space before. So, as always, if it goes for anyone. If you need any input from me or if you're not sure, just let me know. But I'll just be here to kind of help you along the way. And I just wanted to make sure everybody's clear with what the plan of attack is. Has anybody got any initial questions at all?
No, at the minute, it's going to be like similar to Liberty Space in the format of it, in a sense of.
No, quite, Lewis. So this isn't going to be lead generation. This is a purchases campaign. This is about people actually buying the ticket online.
Yeah, I'm having a look at the website. It's like a tenner a ticket, and it's just a tenner per person, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So there won't be any league qualification. It'll be, you see the ad, you like the ad, you buy the ticket.
Aye, straightforward. Nice. It'll be easier to report for me. More simple.
Yeah, we should all be in there. Conversion tracking, something we need to make sure is right, but they're already running ads, so once we get the ad account analysis there, will be really helpful to see what's working well, what's not. But yeah, I mean, the very first marketing campaign, and this is probably for the YouTube audience as well, but the very first marketing campaign I ever ran on Meta was about 7.5 years ago for an affiliate marketing company, and it was selling a free event in the Philippines.
Oh, there you go.
So Roy, it was in your home country, mate. That was my first ever advertising campaign. It was a free event in Manila. Manila is the capital of the Philippines, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the capital.
So if you look at Jolly Media Marketing's Facebook page, probably 180 out of the first 300 followers we ever had are Filipinos. Because that campaign was doing so well, people kept following our page. So people probably will look at that and think this guy's bought fake people, but it's not. It's actually through a campaign I ran 7.5 years ago in the Philippines.
Nice.
There you go. I digress, but Fana's got a hell of a lot more experience in running event campaigns than me, but if you need help, just let me know. So we're going to wrap up this meeting, everyone, unless anyone's got any questions, any clarity needed. Is everyone very, very clear on what the route forward is? Aye, we've now got a plan for this client. There's a bit of moving parts involved. That's another reason why we've invested in having an expert team, like you can see up here. Having 1 or 2 people doing all this is hard. So we've got Lewis, our account manager, Roy, our creative lead, Fana, our media buyer. Between the 3 of them, they'll be able to craft a strategy, get a client live, and get his events filled.
Would you like to give us a wave goodbye, everyone?
YouTube. Cheers, guys. Cheers, YouTube.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Right, so that's the meeting done, and I am excited with this one. Different type of campaign. Really, really good client, really good business, really good brand. Really confident the team have the brief really clear. And I think it's going to do well. As always, we just want to make sure that we're not rushing work out the door. We've got a proper plan. We've got a strategy that we're going to launch, and also very importantly, we keep the client informed about the delivery timeline. So it's not going to be a surprise if it takes 3 days or 4 days. At least they'll know. So I've set out 7 days because I always want to make sure the team aren't just rushing things. But all in all, I think the team understand the brief, we've got a plan, we've got a good client, good product that we're selling. It's time to get to work.